God, people are so entitled sometimes. That's wild. Clock it, Stinky.
Hey everybody, welcome back, or welcome in if you're new here. We're taking a look at her 5.5 hour live from last night. It is long, but there's a lot. A lot happens. She recently reopened her Amazon wish list, which is all linked on her socials. I'm not linking it here because I don't have the bandwidth for that. But it's all on her socials. Her Amazon wish list is back and it's better than ever, and she's very excited about it. It's Christmas for her. She loves her life. She's very happy and excited. She just stays angry at reaction channels. She's very involved. So it's very exciting. We're sealing. She's on her belly for most of it. It's wonderful. So we're just going to dive in because this is a really long one. Feel free to like and subscribe if you feel so inclined. For every like, I will give you one of my chicken nuggets. And for every subscribe, I'll plan a cottagecore wedding with you.
Slow. Hello, Treason. Hi. Hi, Toe Beans. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me just fine? Perfect. Hello. We're just chilling in bed today. I did do different nails today. The camera sucks. But I did go with the pink mermaid, or the blue mermaid vibes. Awesome. Hey, Ken. 80s quality vibes. How was the interview? How did it go? The business meeting went well. I have to be careful about it. Went well. But I have a lot more follow-up work to do and possible subsequent meetings, or just I'm trying to be very careful with my word choice. Just some more general back and forth conversation. But things are going well. Also, Pete Mean Bay. I had high hopes, but I have a lot of administrative work to do, and I'm probably going to have to. I would like to have it done by end of business day tomorrow, but realistically, I'm probably going to need the weekend. So, actually, I was in the pool live, and she wanted to send me something, and I didn't ask. She just offered. Hold on. Can I send you crystals candles, maybe? Debs, go ahead and email me. I don't know how we'll be able to work that out, but if you have like a website or something, just email me. What? Damn it. I might ask for birthday or for Christmas for a P.O. box. That might be in the cards for me. To help pay for a P.O. box. And I was like, that's incredible, because the byproduct of that is now I can also relaunch my Amazon wish list, which I've updated my link tree. I've updated my descriptions on there. Before like everybody starts, like all the haters start like clutching the pearls and shit, I'm just gonna address it outright. I did add I think with Prime deal, I think it's like a $400 laptop that has the proper storage I need that this one doesn't have, because this laptop is limiting what I'm able to do. I've talked about this a lot, so I'm not expecting anyone to get it for me. If someone were to, I'd probably cry my eyes out, to be honest. But like I said, I also use my Amazon wish list to add things that like I would purchase for myself once I'm able to. So just want to throw that out there. But let me see.
I don't expect anyone to buy. It's just there. It's just there. And if you, hey, I'm just going to put it out there, and what you do with your money is and that's not a suggestion, and I'm not asking, I'm not begging. It's just there. It's just there. It's like, it's things that I want to buy for myself that I'm just putting in a place where you can see it. That's not manipulation. People can just do what they want to do whatever comes naturally to you. Also, like, on Amazon, you have the option to create private like shopping lists, and like you can break things out. You don't need to have it all in your public one. That's just the dumbest bullshit I've ever heard in my life. Just please pack it up. Please pack it up. I'm not clutching my pearls. $400 is not that much money in the grand scheme of things for a computer, but it is a crazy ask. That is a crazy ask. But remember, she's not asking. Someone in chat, Clocks, isn't the laptop you have on payment plan? Damn.
I mean, my laptop I got financed and I paid it off in less than 2 months. So, not that that's any of your goddamn business. With that. So I don't have any plans for this weekend. No, actually, I was invited to a 4th of July party. I have a friend who I haven't seen in a long time, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that she lives a little about an hour away, and I lost my car. But I used to hang out with her a lot when I would go to the Glamazon events, the plus size events in the Tampa area. That's a long time ago. I fucking hate fireworks, bro. Think these plans are before sundown. Thank God. I'm not gonna say details, but she's hosting like a beach party, and so I think there may be people there that I know, and I'm thinking about going. I'm really nervous because of a lot of factors, but it's set up at a place where there's like a pavilion, and I know I have a camp chair that's weight rated for me. I just don't use it a lot because I haven't had the opportunity to yet. I've used it a few times, but not honestly, probably pre-YouTube, to be fair. Okay, so do the items come off the wish list once bought so you don't get a ton of just one thing? So the way that I do it is when I receive something, I remove it because a lot, and by the way, if something says it's purchased on my wish list, there's a high chance that it's not because trolls are going to troll. So I handle that, and I wouldn't be too worried about that. Most of the things on my wish list are things that not everything, but most of them are things that if I got duplicates of, like the fake nails, things like that, or like my shampoos or whatever, I'll use them and I'll remove them at that point. But I have to do it a certain way because if it's removed automatically, then my wish list just gets cleared out when the trolls do what they do. So I have to do it this way because I don't have another choice. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm not super motivated to celebrate the 4th of July for the holiday, but I would like to see this friend and I would like to go to the beach because I'm serious. I think I've been to the beach once since I moved to Florida. Even if I don't end up walking on the sand or going into the water, I still want to go because as I was saying, like they have an area set up like where the sand and the beach is optional. You don't have to do that part. So I'll play it by ear because the specific beach doesn't have, I forget what they call it, like the Modi ramp or something. It's a handy, capable access to the beach. It's kind of like a paved way because my legs are super fucked up for multiple reasons, plus my weight, plus just my general mobility shit. So sand is difficult for me to walk on. So I live in the northern Tampa Bay. That's public information. For me, it's like I'm the longer I go, like not leaving the house, the harder it is for me to leave. You can't turn off ads like through YouTube. No, it's preset a certain way. And also they help me. So I think you can pay for like the YouTube premium or whatever, and that does get rid of ads. So, but I did work with my therapist about the agoraphobia. I don't remember when it was. I don't know if I have an official diagnoses of agoraphobia. To be honest with you, I don't remember. Like I don't think I do because I worked with my trauma specialist about it. So, and she's the one that told me I had it, but like she was a therapist, not a psychiatrist. So I worked with a professional about it, but I don't want to misrepresent that. So I don't remember. Like, and that's just kind of the bottom line there. Away from home anxiety more so than I think social anxiety. I'm ignoring your comments because people are here picking fights about shit I don't give a fuck about and don't want to talk about. This is like the 3rd or 4th live where people are just bringing up the same shit and trying to incite drama, and I'm here to chit chat and have fun with my supporters. That's why I'm ignoring you.
So she basically has Schrodinger's agoraphobia diagnosis. Like she both has it and doesn't. She was both diagnosed with it and not diagnosed with it. She just can't remember because she was also diagnosed with memory problems. So, just like let her vibe. And people keep coming into the live and talking about her calling Remy's professor the B word. And she doesn't care. She stands 10 toes down on it that the professor's not empathetic enough, because she's a woman, so she has to be empathetic. But I think probably if she were a man, it would be leadership.
But yeah, like yesterday I was really, really anxious. I for a long time was a lot better about remembering to use like my headphones and stuff. But anyway, this will just help kind of with the noise and stuff because I'm a little jumpy today. I'm really overwhelmed. Because one of the last times I left the house, like a few months back, I remember getting in the car and just like fully crying. And I forgot my headphones. Because this time I didn't cry and I didn't get like super freaked out because I put my headphones on, which helped with like the sensory issue stuff. And that helped me kind of just like stay calm and just kind of like process as I was going about the situation. And just I also knew like the total experience was like 30 minutes or less, roughly. So like it was nice to keep calm and just keep focused and just get out of the house. And it kind of helps because I'm gonna have to leave the house for some stuff coming up that I'm not talking about until after the fact. And so this was like a good first step because it's always the hardest. Like I've been in this house for months and months on end without leaving before. This is not the longest I've been. I couldn't tell you the exact time frame, to be honest with you, but
Here's just a thing, and listen, it's not for me to decide whether or not she has agoraphobia. I'm just going to point out the way that she acts and the way that it is absolutely a spectrum, and it's a spectrum for her because she'll fucking get on a plane and she'll go out and she'll run around a fairy festival, but you know, when she feels like she's just not getting enough sympathy, she'll pull out the agoraphobia and act like that's a real thing. Do you have agoraphobia or do you just have generalized fucking anxiety? Because I have the exact same symptoms she does, and I don't have agoraphobia. I have anxiety. And she doesn't leave the house. She fucking doesn't need to. She doesn't need to leave the house. Her life is set up in a way where she doesn't need to leave the house. So for her not leaving the house for a month at a time because she doesn't need to and doesn't have anywhere to go, that's not the same as being agoraphobic. That's not the same as being agoraphobic if you just don't leave the house. And I genuinely, like, if she doesn't know whether or not she's diagnosed with something, I think she should not act like she has it and then talk about it as if she has it, because that's also spreading misinformation, right? And I'm sorry, it just drives me nuts when people just need to squeeze other people for sympathy every fucking minute of the day. It just makes me nuts. It gets my goat.
The ads is better than like ad blockers and shit. So like I appreciate you guys who watch the ads all the way through just to support me. I really do appreciate that, of course. Oh, if you skip the video, she doesn't get paid. I take back what I just said. Just kidding. That part of what I just said. Apocalyptic rom-com written all over it, like enemies to lover vibes. Exactly. Jeff Bezos can go to Mars. Very true. Let the animals reclaim the planet. That's what. Yeah, you know, why not? Because the thing is, like, why are they our mortal enemies? Was it a misunderstanding? Was it just like he said something off-colored? Did he have a hand in the worst trauma of my entire life? Like, we need some more context. I'm thirsty.
So somebody asks, if you were one of the last two people on Earth and you hated the other person, would you still repopulate the planet? And she's like, it's just like this fun, I don't know if it's fun or not, but it's just a light hypothetical question. And she's like, my trauma.
Hot take. Yeah, hot take. Kiss Aladdin, kill Eric, marry Flynn. Sending me different rings. And then I would explain in graphic detail exactly what I do and don't like about them. And as he kept sending me rings, they got better and better to my taste. I love a man that listens. Ugh. Chef's kiss.
So I'm cutting it out, but she has a long conversation about what kind of stone she wants for the engagement ring and what kind of wedding she wants. And I'm going to be honest. Sometimes at 5 months, you know. Sometimes at 5 months, you're pretty sure. I was pretty sure at 5 months, but I didn't take that leap. We still waited. You got to wait sometimes. Sometimes you need a little time. And I think having these kind of talking about this stuff, like she said, she's trying to move in silence, girly girl to girly girl. There are certain conversations you just can't. You can think about these things and you can talk about it with him, but like you got it. There's just certain things you should not be talking to strangers about. I'm not saying anything's going to go wrong. They really do seem genuinely into each other, but it's just such a bad idea. It's such a bad idea to talk about your wedding and your engagement ring like this soon. Okay, but hey, you know what? Prove me wrong. I would be so jazzed to be proved wrong.
We're not going to. Sorry, guys. There's some stuff I can't go into detail about. Have you guys seen JLo's reaction to the Knicks winning? Who are the Knicks? I know who JLo is, but what?
How do you not know who the Knicks are? How do you? Sorry, are there people like in the U.S.? Are there people in the U.S. who don't know what the Knicks are? Please help me in the comments. Do you know what the Knicks are? I'm gonna let this play. This is at 1.25 speed. She spent a lot of this live staring at her wish list and seeing what has been purchased and what hasn't. Just so I mean, I cherry picked for you, but I'm gonna leave some of the cherry picking out so that you can see some of what I picked the cherries out of.
Wait, where's the laptop? Wait, was it like actually purchased? Because it's not even on here, like at all. What? Am I losing my mind? Hold on.
And then somebody made a purchase. Ooh, and it was a big and beefy one.
Here we go. Delete that. Do you feel any shame begging people for stuff? No, because I'm not begging. Hell, I'm not even asking. I'm just giving them the option to give me a gift if they want. People have literally been requesting it to come back. So if you have a problem with it, maybe just don't buy anything. That's really all I got to say about that. It is really that simple. This is a common thing influencers and people online do. It's just not that serious.
Rosie's an influencer in that she influences people to feel sorry for her and to give her things like money and presents.
And it's really appreciated and it's fun and it's an additional thing to do with my content. So on your wish list now. Oh, thanks, Gamer Girl. Yeah, like if you guys want to, and again, if you would rather, so many creators have wish lists. They are so cruel to you. It's corny. Clock it, Stinky. First of all, crazy sentence. However, true. Was it the rolling? You know? In fact, before I got the P.O. box and I did the Amazon day sale, some of the stuff I bought were things I had saved on my wish list because they were on Prime sales. What's the best thing you ever got from the wish list? Ooh. Was it the rollator? I think that's the most. What was the most? I've gotten so many great things. Like I'm trying to think of like. I guess I went. You said best. My brain went to most like expensive, but I've gotten so much cool shit. Like stuff that I really needed, stuff that I really wanted, stuff that was really fun, stuff that just like brought a lot of joy. That was very useful. Man, I don't even know. To help as much as I could with like mutual aid. I really liked doing that. There was someone that I met who needed a lot of help, and this was when my channel was like brand new. I paid out of pocket for at least 2 nights at the hotel. Definitely one, I believe 2. And I know like some of my subscribers at the time helped pay for multiple nights as well because she was homeless. And I helped them as much as I could, you know. I did that kind of stuff. In terms of like friendships and stuff. God.
So that's a reference to and I'll put the links in the description where Nikki T goes into all of the receipts and the whole story. There was a young woman that she met in the psych ward, and that person, after leaving the psych ward, did not have anywhere to live. And so Rosie took it upon herself to ask her audience to help pay for things. And money was sent, and there was a GoFundMe started. And then it was abruptly ended because the young woman's boyfriend requested money via PayPal from her. So we don't have all of the information, but it was one of those things where I'm not going to say we because I didn't give any money, but her audience sent her cash, and then she just shut it all down because he pissed her off.
My ex, I used to be like someone who's like, well, not used to be, I am. When I like really know someone and I know them well, I like to pride myself on being a good gift giver. For my ex, like specifically, he was really into League of Legends. So one birthday, I got him like these really cool custom shot glasses from Etsy. And like they were like each different League of Legends emblems. One was like his main, one was my main, and like two of his other favorite League characters. And yeah, I did do a fundraiser for that couple. Yeah. So they like the boyfriend ended up like fully trying to exploit me and I had to cut them off. But yeah, I did. I helped raise money for them and gave it to them and everything. People like to try to say I scammed, but they have no proof of that because I didn't scam. I actually went in the red with my own money on top of money that was given to me to help for their hotel room, the gas to get them to get her to and from. And I went and saw them like 3 or 4 times, and it was like an hour away from where I live. And I helped get them food, and like because some people got stuff off of the Amazon wish list for them. Like I gifted them. Well, we in the audience at the time gifted them, like it was like a wagon with wheels, different food items, some like I think like mace, like protection items, things like that. Things that were, you know, and I remember like I bought or I think I think I got it actually when I went to the like hot box place, that place where you can, everything is like a certain dollar amount per day and it's like extra shit. It's like an outlet kind of a thing. So I was able to find for like a really cheap price, like it was like a plug-in pot, like you plug it into the wall. It was like an electric pot. You could like cook ramen and mac and cheese and that kind of stuff in. So yeah. I haven't really done a giveaway on YouTube yet. I don't know about that. Like that's one of those things that I love having my phone just like chilling right here while I'm live. It's great. It's making me really want to like renew a phone. I have to wait a little bit before I do that. But I think when I get a new phone this time, I'm going to keep this one and I can use one phone as my main phone and the other one as my streaming phone. But we'll see. What was I going to Google? Oh, yeah.
And if somebody wants to magically, joyfully give her a phone, if someone wants to reach deep in their pockets and bless her with a phone so that she can have 2 phones, so she can have one phone to stream from and one phone to stare at with her mouth open while her chat begs for attention, I mean, you can do that with your money. You can just do that with your money. And if you don't like it, if you don't like her dropping those hints, then don't watch.
My hand. I have a 14 Pro Max, so it's pretty old, but it's not like old. I probably could squeeze a year out of it if I don't know. With my job being what it is with YouTube, I might have to update it sooner, depending on if my phone's getting too wonky. Right now, it's good. Right now, it's workable. It's not a problem. So for now, I'm not too worried. It's saving me money to do it this way. Hello, Busty Crustacean is a crazy username, and yes, I'm still live. Hello, happy to have you here. Chips and memory prices are going to skyrocket like right now, so laptops and phones should either be put off indefinitely or bought immediately. Oh. Okay. Okay. Is it true that chip and memory prices and technology are about to skyrocket? Question mark. God damn it. Ah, they're calling it Ramageddon. I'm sorry, that's funny. It's sad but funny. Okay. Well, fuck.
So yeah, she's just texting Remy. It I realize I am cherry picking, but this is I'm really picking the best bits. But I just want you to know what we're leaving out. I'm leaving out like 4 hours, but it's a lot of this. Someone in the chat says, if you want to text your boyfriend, just end the stream. No hate, but you're ignoring us.
And I'm literally talking to you guys right now. God, people are so entitled sometimes. That's wild.
And now would be a good time to let go of the tension in your shoulders, release your jaw, take a deep breath. If you have some water nearby, feel free to drink it. Take a sip right now. Think about something you're grateful for. It was so much this. You missed so much of this.
Anyway, I don't know what that was about. Seen any good movies lately? So the other day I went to watch a movie with my boyfriend, and I accidentally put on an extremely goofy movie, not realizing it was the second one, which is just categorically like so much worse than the original Goofy movie. I just called it a Goofy movie. And so we ended up like the next day or so after we watched a Goofy movie, and it is so much better.
You want to talk about a goofy movie? I just finished watching 5.5 hours of Goofy.
I really enjoy your lives. You're so interactive with the chat. Oh, thank you, Colson. Yeah, I really do try. That's why I think it's so fucking crazy when people tell me I'm ignoring chat or like I'm not interacting with them because like I'm spending 5 seconds on my phone or like I'm doing something else or I'm multitasking and I can't get to every single chat, but I do the best that I can.
So she kind of goes into how her mother said something nice to her about, her growth or something, but didn't say specifically what. And she went down a little bit of a road of her relationship to her parents and like the difference between her relationship with her parents now and then.
I don't hide shit. They know about my past. They don't need to know the gritty details, but they know about it. And they love me anyways, and they support who I'm growing from and who I'm becoming. And they know who and how I am. And it's funny because she said that not long after, because I told her how I happened to come across something today because there's like a lot of discourse about me because God forbid I say I think I'm self-determined autistic, but the entirety of the internet wants to diagnose me with some bullshit that essentially invalidates all my struggles and things that I deal with. And that apparently my parents secretly know this and just, the conspiracy theory, fucking batshit crazy shit that people do on the internet. And I was just telling her a little bit about it and she just like, rolled her eyes and was like, yeah, I'm Jude just telling me how she thinks I'm strong and she's amazed that I still am online doing what I do with everything that I face. And it's really sweet. I just really love the conversation with her. And if I went back to 16-year-old me and I explained to her what my relationship with my parents were like today, she would not believe me. She would not believe me. No way.
Her dad is in the chat and he writes, "It has been a long, tough road, but we've always been there for you, Roses. You just weren't in a place to accept our love. Ellipsis."
Like, what's the given for someone who's like an actual diagnosable narcissist? Because that term does get thrown around way too much and used way too much. It's been a long, tough road, but we have always been there for you, Roses. You just weren't in a place to accept our love. Yeah. I've been in therapy for 6 years and it's been amazing. Yeah. I've been in and out of therapy since I was 10 years old. Yeah, it was very healing, Stinky, for sure. Healing parental relationships is the best feeling. Yeah, it's so healing in every aspect, like not even just like current self and current life, but like inner child shit too, I don't know. I think I lightly touched on this in one of my lives recently. I don't remember if I finished the point, but I was, when I did a lot of my trauma work with this trauma specialist back when I lived in Omaha, I wrote out a list, and I wish I still had this list or a copy of it or a way to get it. But I basically wrote out like all of the things that I need to work on. Some were short term, but most of them were just like the long term, like big problems. There was a lot of stuff on there. The three that are relevant to this conversation was like the relationship with my mom, the relationship with my dad, and losing the weight, like the weight issue. And then when I took the time to kind of categorize it basically from easiest to hardest, The last three things on that list were the relationship with my parents. I'm not going to say the order because at that point my relationship with them is not like it is today, even at all. But was that, and then the weight, because to me, like, the weight is just the symbolism of everything that happened to cause the behaviors for me to eat that much throughout my childhood. Because I mean, when I was 18, I was this size, So I made that list in like 2017, and it's only been in the past couple years that I've gotten to, like, the past 1 to 2 years, that I've gotten to this place with my parents. I would say past year, even, because 2 years ago was better, but we were still working stuff out. But we've hit this like rhythm that, like, I'll die before I do anything to fuck it up. Like, I'm not gonna jeopardize the trust that I've built with my family, because that took a lot of work. And so, realizing that everything except that has been handled, that's something I'm choosing to not go more in depth about online. Obviously it's something on my mind, so it comes up in small ways when I'm talking, but I'm not discussing my long-term plans on that topic for a laundry list of reasons. I think it's so crazy when people call me a narcissist, because I'm just not. Like, nothing about me is a narcissist. Can I be self-involved sometimes? Totally. Something I'm aware of and I try to work on. But I don't think that, like, self-involvement does not make a narcissist. It's an attribute of narcissism for sure. But to be like an actual narcissist, that's just not who I am. And I'm not worried about that anymore. Like, I used to be afraid of that, but I've done enough inner work to know who I am and where I stand.
So we can acknowledge that we can have attributes of something without having that thing. We can have attributes of a diagnosis without actually being diagnosed as that thing. We acknowledge that that's possible, that maybe we have some of the markers for something without being diagnosed. Okay, I get it. I'm with it. I'm with you. We're all on the same page now.
Do you think you're afraid to lose weight? Absolutely fucking terrified, Lex. Times we all do and say shit we regret. Clock it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, so, like, everyone has moments in their lives where they're a little self-involved. Like, some more than others, right? And anyone who's on the internet, fit with their face out, making content, trying to monetize social media, has a general desire for some kind of attention, or to be seen, or to be the center of the attention of, like, their little internet universe, or there's someone like an artist or something, or a singer or songwriter, and they have a product, a creative ambition that they're using social media for.
Social media is also like a really great place for people who have skills or talents or interests, and it's a great vehicle for self-expression in those regards. So people are not necessarily putting their faces out there for attention. It's just a form of self-expression, and it's a hobby for many people. And some people just go online and talk about all their aches and pains and diagnoses and the things that are holding them back, and they get sympathy, and that's all of their content, and people watch it.
Yeah. That's one of the big things I think I fear about weight loss, to kind of bring back to the question I wanted to talk about. And I'm coming to terms with the fact that fear is vanity. It's vain. It's a vain-based fear. It's about my looks and how I'm perceived, and how, not only by myself, but by others. And that fear needs to be worked through enough to not let it trump the health benefits. Hey, yeah, we're in my room. We've just been chatting. Honestly, I'm having a blast. I've been yapping the whole time. Lots of things have been discussed. It's been fun. I have a very unique perspective on this topic because of my past in fear. And not only my past in fearism, but actually, like, just my past in, like, fat acceptance, and how my perception of self, the source of validation that I had for years, way in which I was regarded and treated, in the fat acceptance and feeders and communities. Something that I was warned of in my early days online that I thought was bullshit and that I thought wasn't true or a problem was I did somewhere along the way, couldn't tell you when, ended up having my identity of self completely tied to my fatness.
First cry of the night. Brace yourself.
And trying to detach that mentally so I can go through a weight loss journey and not feel like I'm having a complete identity crisis has been a long process. And I am so much further now than I ever was. But yeah, validation sometimes comes from within. That's very true. That's the way it should be, toe beans. But back then, that's not how I was. Back then, I was worshipped for my size. Alana, no, I do not. That is something that Girl World is currently pushing with no actual evidence or backing, because to push that I possibly have that diagnosis is to help invalidate my real life struggles and real life issues and symptoms.
Alana keeps asking if she is working on her histrionic personality disorder, which she does not claim to be diagnosed with, but not beating the allegations, baby girl, not beating the allegations.
It's deplorable. It's disgusting. And if I'm a horrible, shitty person for thinking I'm self-determined autistic, then anyone perpetuating the fact that I may or may not have HPD or HPD, that I may have HPD with, I did not say that a doctor said I had a personality disorder. I was misdiagnosed bipolar. I've never been diagnosed with BPD or any personality disorder. The fuck? When did I say that? What? God, y'all are exhausting. Anyway, my point is, these people who are trying to attribute diagnoses that I don't have, that everyone in my life knows that I don't have because they know what I'm actually going with, and my medical professionals know what's actually up. It's disgusting. It's disgusting for you to sit there and think that you can armchair diagnose me with HPD while telling me that all the years of research and experience and everything I've done and everything and all the medical professionals I've worked with is all bullshit because you know more based on what, my YouTube content? Go fuck yourself.
So her dad, who lives in Norway, he's in the chat almost the entire time, says, I don't know if you agree with me, Roses, but you were militant in your fat acceptance days. I just hoped you would do what you have done and are still working through. I'm so proud of how much. Alana is also still in the chat. She says, you just brought all kinds of crap. You refused to see medical professionals. Could have seen a doctor. And I live in the United States, and I am aware of how much money it is to pay out of pocket. It is abhorrent, the way that people are treated. She's not wrong in that respect. But there's also she doesn't have to throw up her hands. She does have an opportunity here. If people are willing to send her garbage and stuff she's going to use and nails that are going to be on her fingers for 10 seconds, she could also do, say, hey, I need to make $40 in this live to put towards my health insurance this month. I don't know. I don't know how to do that. That's not my job either to figure it out. But doing absolutely nothing, having this resource, having this audience who is willing to dig in their pockets for you and spending it on garbage is crazy, especially with how many fucking complaints she has. She is a woman made entirely of complaints. This is the goofiest movie I've ever seen.
Alana, I'm going to go ahead and block you because I just don't know if you're being willfully stupid to troll or you're actually that unfortunately talented in the mind. But you can go. Because if you think of Amazon purchase is enough to cover doctors, you're just fucking stupid. And I don't have time for you. Access, you should seek, you should if you can. You have the access to it. That I wish I had been able to do more before I lost my insurance, but I like how people think the small amount of stuff you bought yourself on Amazon would cover a doctor's visits. I know. And you also don't even, I'm not sharing the details of my finances anymore. You don't even know how it happened. So just shut the fuck up. I don't have it.
You don't even know how it happened. It happened by magic. She magicked that money. She magicked that money right into somebody else's Prime account and it went right to her front door. Don't you believe it? She doesn't pay for shit, girl. She doesn't pay for shit.
People make fun of me for my typos and shit when I forget to proofread, but then tell me that I'm lying about having dyslexia symptoms. God for fucking bid. You want to just like make fun of me and call me stupid when I'm like dyslexic? And I mean, I think my intelligence is clear.
I watch a fair amount of Quirky Love Rosie commentary, and I don't know who's saying these things about her. I don't even know. I didn't even know she had dyslexia. Add that. I mean, I think I knew and I forgot. Like, she has so much shit wrong with her. I'm forgetting more than I remember.
I struggle with a lot of cognitive issues and a lot of things because I've had concussions and I have multiple issues. Like, it is what it is. How dare you buy press-ons, nails, Rosie? That $8 definitely could have covered transportation, doctor's fees, and medication. Exactly. I also don't have a car, so I have to either coordinate with my brother or pay for Ubers. Like, guys, a lot of these people are just classist fucks, and I don't have the patience for it.
So either it's important enough for you to use your channel to raise money to get yourself some help and to ask your brother, hey, can you drive me to this very fucking important doctor's appointment to help me with this thing that is detrimental and disabling to me, or it's not. If it's not that big of a fucking deal and you just want to put on press-on nails, then we won't worry about it. How about that? So Sydney says, I mean, I kind of understand what they're saying because sometimes you have to pay out of pocket for doctors. I have to do it too. But you're buying other things instead. But it's your money, of course. And listen, I understand that like people who don't have money have a right to nice things and fun things and little bullshit. They have as much right to buy tiny bullshit as anybody else. But like to not make any effort towards the thing that you talk about all the time, to not have a single thought of like, let me raise some money for myself so that I can get some sort of weird little insurance. Like to not make any moves at all, to go full on into just Amazon fun times is I think it's worth mentioning. It's worth mentioning.
Even if you didn't have any of these conditions, which you clearly do, what is gained by telling someone they don't and pushing them down? Clearly there's something up. Clearly there's something up. Just bullies, in my opinion. No, that is the point, Lavina. Like, the point is to bully me. The point is to discredit me. The point is to paint me as a liar. The point for the reactors is to paint me in a certain light and corner to feed the predisposition that their audience has because of Amber Lane and Foodie. That's the point.
I think everything that everyone has to say about you has to do with you. I don't think those other women have anything to do with your issues. And I don't want to hammer this point in because I have definitely been repeating myself, but I think the point is, to me, is that you seem to be mishandling a resource. You have the ability somehow to get strangers to give you shit. And that's a skill. And for you to do all of your there's fireworks going off. For all the complaining you're doing about all of the bad issues you have, and we all see this resource that you can tap into, and you're using that resource to buy $30 shampoo. That's all. I think that's fair. I think it's fair, and I see it, you don't see it, that's fine.
Okay, so because I don't have enough money for doctors, I'm not allowed to buy myself shampoo. I'm not allowed to buy myself body care products. I'm not allowed to buy myself an occasional press-on nail. I'm not allowed to buy myself protein bars. What the fuck do you mean? Like, are you stupid or dumb? Honestly, good God. And that's a general, are you stupid and dumb, not to a specific person in chat, to be clear. Because if we could all just fucking get on the same page and realize it's the 99% against the 1%, and we could overtake them and actually come to a cohesive consensus on that, we could change the fucking world. But the world is just riddled with too many dumbasses, too many selfish, hateful ass bitches, and too many people that just don't give a fuck about anything other than themselves. And maybe, if we're lucky, themselves and their family and friends, and they can't give a damn about anyone that isn't in their immediate circle. And that mentality is killing our world. But I'll just get off my anti-capitalism soapbox for the day. Because sometimes I be riding that train.
Hell yeah, girl. You preach. You preach in the middle of your conversation in this entire 5 hour live where you spend the entire time talking about your Amazon wish list. You preach, girl. You get off down with capitalism. I'm with you. Burn it to the ground.
Um, yeah. The reality is if I find a work from home job and I'm able to land it, the reality of my disability at this point is that unless I go into the job with ADA accommodations, which is impossible unless I have pre-existing doctor information that I would need insurance to get, the likelihood of me being able to maintain the job beyond 3 to 9 months is almost impossible because of the severity of the amount of symptoms I have because I am disabled. Because I might have a week or two where I'm good, but I have a stress disorder that makes me physically ill when I'm too stressed. And I barely have enough time in the day to take care of myself, to do the other stuff that I'm doing, to work on the other projects that I'm working on, to do the things around the house, to do what I do in my day-to-day life. And that is the reality of being disabled. And I'm open and honest about it to the point that I get detrimental hate where people are clickbaiting that I'm a liar and using pain flares to manipulate people, which again is fucking disgusting. You're a piece of shit if you're doing that, just heads up. Because I can't control my pain flares. And I'm still trying to figure out what exactly the pain flares are versus the other kinds of pain I experience. And I'm doing it without support. So I'm doing my best. And I'm not going to shut up about it. I'm not going to pretend that these things are not happening because they impact my life every single day. So.
She does have a work from home job and it's YouTube and it's totally okay for her to go all in on that. I don't know why she doesn't. I don't know why she acts like it isn't her full-time job because it's a great job for her. It's very flexible and she can do whatever the fuck she wants at her pace. Like she has a very cush job. It may not pay that much right now, but it will if she just stays at it and like invests in it. But this person offers, you have a stress disorder, but continue to share your pain online, which gets you more hate and causes more stress. I'm wondering if there's something you could do about that. I don't think that she necessarily needs to go offline to get away from the hate. I don't think that she needs to engage in it the way that she does because she claims to not watch any stuff about her, but she absolutely does. She must, I mean, for her to have known that people were making videos about her pain flare, like I mean, you're engaging in it. That what she can do about it is to not engage with it.
Got you, girl. Okay. How have you managed your symptoms? It's case by case, like day to day, right? Like I posted a TikTok yesterday that talking about like dynamic disabilities because, especially things with like PTSD, and there's a lot of disabilities that fall under this umbrella, but like a lot of your symptoms can vary day to day. Like sometimes you might have really good days where like one day you wake up, I can wake up and I'm in the kitchen and I can cook and I'm having fun, I'm in a good mood and I'm vibing, and then like, the next day I could have a 3-day fallout from like getting up because I was also like on my feet and cleaning and just feeling really good. If I don't take the time to like, measure myself and like be careful, I can have a huge fallout. And then like there's a lot of fallouts that I've gone through that you guys don't know about because I'm not trying to perform suffering. Like I'm not trying to exacerbate my problems. But I'm not going to pretend my problems aren't real for the comfort of people, especially the comfort of people that don't fucking like me. So, ultimately, it's just one of those things where I think it's important to understand that disability is a wide context, a wide label, because there are many people far more disabled than I am, with far worse conditions and much more difficult life trials comparatively, and that is absolutely awful. And I feel so much for anyone that has to struggle with anything related to disabilities. But the suffering of others being worse than mine does not make my suffering feel better, or any other person who has their own disabling conditions. The fallout from cooking, that's the physical stuff, the chronic pain, right? So like the fallout, so what I was talking about, I'm talking about chronic pain there, which is separate, but also not, because that's the thing I was trying to get diagnosed, is the fibromyalgia, right? The way you get fibromyalgia diagnosed, you can't like just take a test and find out. You have to basically eliminate everything else. And so I did a bunch of stuff, and I got like my vitamin panels, I did all this shit. And I saw the blood specialist too, because we thought there was something there. Got with the rheumatologist, all that. And we like eliminated lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, a bunch of stuff that I just can't remember off the top of my head. But I needed a bit more follow-up regarding the fibromyalgia part of it all, that I believe is the nerve pain that I'm dealing with. So, and the doctor was just like I actually listened to her sit there in the office next to me and like really talking in depth with another patient about all these different things and all. I could, and actually it's kind of crazy. I could hear the conversation because it kind of felt like a HIPAA violation. But anyway, because like doors were closed and I could just hear them in the next room because I guess the walls were thin. And so, she did that for that patient. And like, I won't go into details of things that I heard, but like she was taking that patient seriously. And then she walked in with me, and like, I mean, I don't have proof, but I think it was fat phobia related, but you know, medical fat phobia related, but you know, whatever. And like, she was like barely talking to me, like between two sessions spent I think it was less than 10 minutes. And if it wasn't 10, it was 15. Cause I'd have to go back on my phone, but when I go into those doctor's offices, I audio record. So that way I can listen back. I don't use those recordings anywhere. I don't show them to anyone. I have them because of my memory issues. And I have to always go to those appointments alone. So, if I have to talk things through, or if anything funky happens, like I've had some pretty serious medical malpractice stuff happen in the past that I don't want to get into, because of the audience that watches me sometimes. Walkman. So I'm going to read this out loud. Victim blame. It's a fact that the internet isn't healthy when is tied to your emotions and stress levels. That's a fact. I wish you could exist on the internet without being hurt the way you are. I think I may have misinterpreted your intentions there, but I appreciate you saying that, because I agree with that. It's like Christmas year round. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to coordinate with my brother to pick up from the PO box too. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's not coming to the house. Oh, so I actually don't know. I'm gonna have to work around with my brother's schedule. So actually, I can't make any promises about that. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I just realized that. So.
Remember when we got in all that trouble for volunteering Levi to help her out getting around? And now the priority is picking up her shit from her PO box. Getting Levi to drive her to doctor's appointments? No, don't volunteer him for that. How dare you consider him a resource? But we're picking up presents from a PO box, so
BRB. I don't have tape right by me.
I'm just going to take a quick minute to be a judgmental bitch and take a look at some of the things that are on this wish list. $30 shampoo. Now, people who do not have money deserve nice things. I believe that. I have been food insecure. I have been poor, and I deserve to wash my hair. I absolutely agree. But it's $30 for this one thing of shampoo. You can buy her some deodorant, which, let's add to the sprays. It was over 160 sprays to get herself ready for a date night with Remy, so let's add to the sprays. You could also get her an apple cider vinegar hair rinse. This isn't shampoo, this isn't conditioner. This is just something to put through her hair to make it a little, it's a scalp cleanser and post-workout rinse. So I'm sure she's going to use that a lot. And $22 for a set of nails that are going to last about 3 hours at best. I'm not saying that people who don't have money don't deserve nice things. You do. You deserve treats. You deserve nice things. You deserve to enjoy yourself. And these are things that she will do while the live camera is running so technically it counts as content, right? But she put $2,500 worth of items on her list. And this is what, and into Amazon, which is in her anti-capitalist mind the best she can do, and expects people to do whatever, and people can do whatever they want with their money. But I do think it is fair. She put it out there, and it's okay for me to point out that she could also put goals up and say, hey, I'm just looking for this amount of money that is going to go to me seeing this specialist. She could do that, but she won't. This is the priority. The priority is nails. The priority is $30 fucking shampoo. Sorry, I judge. I'm a very low maintenance person, and $30, I cannot. The amount of work I have to do to make $30, and I have a good job, like, that's crazy to me. It's crazy to me.
Oh, my oven says 222 right now because the clock's wrong.
Okay, so there's just a little tangent, but I made a dumb video about this guy who believes that the 6-7 meme is a Satan. It's like a Satan, like, dark op. I thought it was really funny, and so I made a video about it. And it's okay if you didn't watch it because nobody did. But um, there's a section where we talk about angel numbers, and angel numbers were invented by this woman named Doreen in 2004, and a bunch of books were written about it, and it, like, people have their entire religions around angel numbers. And Doreen came out in, I think, 2024, and she has converted to Christianity, and her exact quote on angel numbers is, "It's garbage. I regret it, and I'm sorry that I made them." So every time Quirky Love Rosie talks about her angel numbers, I'm gonna think about Doreen. I'm sorry, Doreen.
A little while ago, I got confirmation that the post was taken down. So, someone made a post pretending that my parents had died, that our house was completely dilapidated and was about to be demolished, and it was unlivable. And essentially said, like, first come, first serve, come and grab what you want in regards to free copper pipes, which are very valuable. And they did that because the way it was worded, if someone with ill intention saw it, could easily try to break in again. Like that, I have the evidence of it all. Like it happened. And so they, I didn't talk about it for a while we were dealing with it. I mean, I have the video evidence of some of the strangers that came to the house. Like I recorded. I've just been documenting everything for.
So she gets harassed in real life, which is not part of my interests. I don't think that that's fun or cool. That's not interesting for me to watch. I don't understand it. I don't know why people would do that. I'm very comfortable just watching whatever she puts out. I think she also attributes everything to, like, two specific people, and I think that is to her detriment. I think that that it leaves things open for, like, anyone in the world to do whatever they want, and they can just blame these two people. I feel like that's a weird. I would just keep things open personally. I also don't understand why, of everything that she put on her Amazon wish list, none of them was a Ring camera. But yeah, just a reminder, around here, it's a hee and a ha-ha. We watch our shows and we walk away, and we try not to get too involved, and we don't go in real life, and we don't send hate, and we don't go hang out in her lives and chit chat with her as if we're best friends. Just hang out here with me. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, they were trying to get people to try to break in. Like that's what the post was insinuating, and content for. But they can't have her be called out because then they can't use her content to react off of me instead of, I don't know, actually doing a good job at their job and watching my content directly. Like if you're gonna be a reactor, I don't know, react to my content, not someone else's edit of me. I think people that do that are fucking wank. Like, you're just lazy. Like, if you're doing a reaction content, then you, at the very least, like, make your own edits or source someone to make your edits or whatever. Like, using other people's content is wild to me for that. Like, that's crazy.
For someone who's not engaging in reaction channel content anymore, you sure got a lot of notes. You got a lot of notes and opinions. You got a lot of feedback for something you're not watching, my love.
No, Jacob. Salty Crab isn't around anymore. I don't care about her. I have no opinion on her. Lacey, say that again and you'll get blocked. I'm not joking. She doesn't get clout here. Yeah. We've already spent too much time talking about her. Yeah, she got like permanently terminated for like fishy reasons, I think. It's really confusing. I think it might have been related to the LCU shit, so I don't know. I actually don't know a ton about that. I just know that it happened and people think that she's a new channel. I think she's a new channel but pretends that it's not her because she's ban evading. But I think that's a channel that does talk about me. I just don't remember the name of it and I don't care. Is it like Karma's a Cat or some shit? I think that's the one people talk about. I don't know. But I have no skin in that game. I don't give a fuck.
Yes, this is the face of someone who does not give a fuck. This person does not give a fuck about schmalty schmab. What are you talking about? I have no idea, except I know every granular detail. Congratulations on not giving a fuck.
Cool. Whatever. Do whatever you gotta do to get your check. Fine. Keep being a piece of shit for fucking monetization purposes. That's not my journey. That's not my story. Just God.
She said directly into the mirror.
Spill the tea on the wish list. I know I'm late, but what is needed most? Thank you so much. What is needed most? Oh, I have my phone right here. That's a great question. Hang on. Let me just check the list. I was actually, I get asked that question a lot, and I was thinking about it earlier, and I forgot what I fucking landed on. I mean, I'm always down for a press-on nail. I'd really like the slap chop. I will always take Built Bars. I always need Built Bars. I really want to try these Febreze Air Effects. I would really like, they have this 4-piece bamboo cutting board set. I would really like that so I can get rid of this big chunky one because these boards come in multiple sizes, which would really help with my, like, when I do my steak lives and my steak meals. It'll look better too with the sizes that they have and the way that they're shaped. And they're on sale right now. They're like really good. They're $9.99 and they're normally $24.
Move over, Toyota-thon. Steak lives are coming.
Me and Zio are good. Like we're like, I wouldn't say we're like friends, but we're friendly. Like we're, you know, I don't want beef with the girl. Like, you know, I'd be so annoyed if other people were making more money off my content. I just don't care. Like that's the thing. And that's the thing that like people try to make into a thing is like, they think I'm jealous or whatever. Like you're farming hate views. You are perpetrating nasty, disgusting, negative energy for money. That's your karma. I don't want those views. If Girl World didn't exist and I was sitting in here with 162 people and we were just vibing and having these conversations about other topics, I'd be happy. Like, I don't care if someone gets 200,000 views on a video about me. That's like riddled with bullshit, lies, misinformation, whatever the fuck it is. That doesn't have like the full context. That doesn't like I have no idea what those lore videos about. I don't want to know. I don't. But what I can guarantee you is there's a lot of out of context information that has fallen down the line of the metaphorical telephone, and I know I'd have a fucking aneurysm if I watched it and saw how much they were lying about my lived experiences. Like that's a hard thing. So like I'm just not going to engage.
I mean, listen, I could never put my entire ass on the internet like this, the way that she does, and tell all of my secrets and all of my stories and have all of my life out in the open for people to sort of pick at. I couldn't do it. She has that over me. She's welcome to it. But like people are taking what she has put on the internet, her entire ass, and just like cutting out her staring at her phone and put it on the internet and like, you know, make coming to conclusions and just showing what she has put on the internet. So if she wants to like watch the lore videos about her and let us know where we've gone wrong, that would be amazing. She can get onto Tummy Time and spend 11 hours like she did with Life by Jen and like tell us what we're getting wrong. I mean, I don't suggest it for her mental health, but it's something she could do that doesn't involve food.
so money hungry they're willing to punch down on others that they see as lesser than. Never be me.
So are we punching down or are we the basement dwelling losers? Can we get some clarity, please?
They're hating on people who are brave enough to do what they never could. Yep.
Yep. I am a coward. I'm a massive coward. I am too scared to put my entire fucking ass on the internet. I'm too scared to go on a million podcasts and tell them about every fucked up weird thing that ever happened to me for no reason. I'm a coward for not telling the world about my family systems issues and like every weird fucked up thing that has happened to me. I'm a coward for not going on the internet half clothed and eating enormous amounts of food. I'm so ashamed of myself. I'm really ashamed of myself and what I have presented. I'm so embarrassed. I really need I need a thunder shirt, honestly.
I dealt with the r/fat people hate cyberbullying campaigns, which honestly, it wasn't as systemic in the experience as it has been with like Grow World in terms of the cyberbullying aspect. But back then there was less safeguards on the internet. So the comments themselves were far more toxic and vile. Like YouTube didn't have the filtration system it does now. They didn't have a strong like TOS enforcements back then and all of that, right? So like I was getting told to like myself over and over, like slurs used, like really disgusting, depraved shit. I also was too immature at the time to allow myself to let go and not obsess over it. In my 20s, when that was happening, I was reading every single comment. I was digging in every forum. I was figuring out how to work 8chan and 4chan and I mean, I think they had a thread for me on Kiwi even back then, like, and on different LOL cow and hate forums. And a lot of that was charged by the stalker I spoke on in We're All Insane. And I didn't know that for a hot minute, but it wasn't just him. He was leading a charge that was getting amplified by this environment, right? And so I dealt with a severe amount of bullying on the r/fat people hate, and I left the internet. I left completely for 6 months, and then it took me about 6 years to start posting regularly again, public facing. Like I had a public account for a while, but I'd post like one Instagram selfie and then run for like 5 months or 2 months or whatever. So, ultimately, I experienced so much like cyberbullying and that. And it was like a incline, right? Also, I mean, I was very divisive. I was very social justice warrior vibes. I was a lot less regulated than I am now. I was a lot more mature. I did some crazy shit. Like I would get drunk and go on Periscope and just act a mess and do crazy like Snapchat rants and stuff. And I don't remember any of it, to be honest with you. I've blocked like all of it out. Like I don't remember it. But it's crazy because like sometimes I'll occasionally get a comment like, "Oh, hey, I remember you on Periscope," and I'm like, Periscope.
So this became a big thing. Amanda said, "What marginalized communities do you actively support? I'm wondering why you haven't used this Amazon wishlist vibe to give back." So I appreciate where she's coming from. I also would push back a little bit and just say like she just got all this back, so she's still like she just got it back today or whatever. So like I understand she's still sort of getting herself settled and she's having fun and it's Christmas for her. I think that people who are struggling financially can give back. There are a lot of people who volunteer a lot and give a lot of time back and a lot of money back to other causes who don't have much themselves because they understand how important it is. But I think it's okay when you're struggling to just say like, "Hey, I appreciate where you're coming from. I don't have the bandwidth for that right now, but I will, and it's on my list of things to do when things are a little bit more settled." I think that that's okay. But of course, everything is a slap to the face to Rosie. Anything that isn't a direct ray of sunshine up her ass is a slap to the face.
I actually have in the past, Amanda, but anytime I try to do that kind of stuff, it gets distorted and ruined by Girl World. So I won't be doing anything like that in the future because any attempt I've made, I get called a grifter and a scammer, and I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it anymore. Like, and that sucks. That sucks. Anything I do like that, I'm doing it offline because I'm the kind of person that loves to give mutual aid. that loves to help people. It's one of the reasons why I like to carry food in my purse, not only when I talk about purse snacks and stuff, honest to God, more often than not, when I'm out and about and I run into someone who's unhoused or struggling, and I don't have cash, I offer them food, because if they're really struggling, they'll take it.
Someone asked Amanda, when was the last time you gave back? Amanda said, I'm literally a master's of social work. I've given 20 years of my life to social work and furthermore give a great deal personally to charities. It is not that she can't do that. It's that if you know you have a platform that incites strong feelings, why not alchemize that for good? I don't think that it needs to be online. I think it's powerful to have a platform, and she can alchemize this hate for good.
I'm obviously, but I turned to him and I was like, we have to go back. I actually got into an argument with him because I won't go into too much detail, but let's just say he didn't care. And I had to beg him to turn it around and to give her. We didn't have a lot of cash, but to talk to her, and I don't remember the exact conversation. I won't go into too much detail, but I talked to her because, like,
and when she says she doesn't go into too much detail, she tells a story, a very, very, very long story about how she was unhoused and how much she was going through, and her parents wouldn't let her back. She's not going into detail about that either, but that how helpful she was to some person, and she's not going to help other people because of Girl World. She's going to buy nails and get hair rinse, but she's not going to help other people because Girl World will ruin it. We'll talk shit about it, and then those people who are getting helped, we're going to ruin that for them because of the way we talk about it. So sorry, world.
Truth is, like, financially, I'm not really in a place to give back significantly financially. I'm just not there. I have a lot of needs I need to figure out to meet for myself, and I want to help other people within my abilities. But why are you bitching at me about this and not campaigning for the redistribution of wealth and making it about me being a bad person for not giving back to others as a performance to you in my content, not in life, but as a performance to you in my content, and making it content for you to judge my morality based on, instead of just taking the answer of, that shit's off camera for me, because people have weaponized it. That's my thing. So
none of that was in any of the text that she wrote. It was just, have you thought about it? Like, why don't you? And the answer is, I don't have the bandwidth. She didn't call you a piece of shit. She's not shaming you. She's not saying you were a bad person. She just said, hey, have you thought about it? You have a resource. Have you thought about giving back with it? And you're just not ready to do that yet. And that's okay. That's normal. But, man, not beating those histrionic personality disorder charges. Not beating them for a second.
If you know, you know. If you don't, then ignore me. So if you are the kind of person that cannot stomach a chicken nugget that's too chickeny, don't get this kind. However, these are my brother's favorites. So instead of, like, being bougie and getting two different kinds, I just occasionally have these, and I buy them and he buys them. Like, we share the chicken nugget budget in this house. Anyway, anyway, we got a nugget budget in this house. Nugget budget. Nugget budget. Oh, no, you can listen. You know what? She's hit it. Nugget budget. All right. Okay, we're done. So we're not done laughing. See, this is why you should stay when it hits. We all need this wholesome vibes. I've been doing this the entire life. The phantom microphone of it all. I'm committing to the bit. Yes. We're gonna just speak right to the mic and pretend that you guys can hear me, because you can't hear me because of that. The microphone is there. The microphone
Remember, you need to breathe. That's what it is. Good Lord, her face is red. Breathe, woman, breathe.
How's your night, bro?
Looking fine, but I got a drink of water. See, over there.
Oh, yeah, hang on. This didn't happen. This is the only time I'll ever gaslight you. This didn't happen. Shh. Shh. Your world is constantly ending when you're in a state of like consistent, constant agony, like during the height of pain flares and stuff, right? But my life, like my real life, is so happy. I can't tell you the last time it's felt this happy, or if it ever has. Like, there's a lot of things that I'm not happy about and I want to change, and I'm not talking about what those changes are for a while. I hope that by the time I talk about them in full, you guys will see it before I say it. And that might seem cryptic, because it is. But for the first time in my life, I look forward to a future that I can really see and envision with a clarity that I've never felt before. And I have this trust and this faith that I haven't, like, had in anything in a very long time. Love makes all the colors more vibrant. Amen to that, Tobins. Holy shit, we've been live for 5 hours. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's kind of scary when you do that. When I do what? What did I do that was scary? But original Lay's? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I love barbecue chips and applesauce. I've done this since I was a literal child. I've had this in my past. I've had that as a dinner. We ain't gonna talk about the amount. No, sir, no, ma'am. That's a secret between me and God. But I wouldn't recommend it. Sometimes the humor's gotta be dark, okay?
So she finished out this live eating chicken nuggets and dipping barbecue chips into applesauce, which is a cursed meal as far as I'm concerned. Not the most cursed meal she's ever done, but it's up there. And I cut all that out because chewy, chewy, slop, slop, chomp, chomp. Not a fan. That's really all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for listening this far, watching this far. Put a little gold star in the comments if you've gotten to the end. Give yourself a gold star. You did it. You earned it. You earned it, kid. You're the best. Give yourself a pat on the back. I want to thank all of my members for your support. It really means a lot to me. And just to anybody who has liked or subscribed or hyped any of my videos, I can't believe it. I'm just floored every day that people actually come and watch this stuff. It's crazy, and I love it, and I appreciate you all. Y'all are so good and funny, especially in the comments. Y'all are the best. And that's gonna be it for me. Thanks so much. Take care of yourselves. Bye.
Clock it, Stinky.